Mwili wa rais mstaafu Daniel Moi utakuwa pale kwa wananchi kutazama, na hii leo wamepata kufika kiasi ambacho unaona pale. Kesho ni siku ya Jumapili, siku ambayo huwa ni siku ya likizo, siku ya mapumziko, kwa hivyo natarajiwa kwamba wengi watafika, na kuna baadhi ya makundi ambao na ile fimbo ya Moi ndio hiyo sasa naiona pale, na ile ambayo ilikuwa inazungumziwa ndio hiyo fimbo ambayo alikuwa daima anatembea nayo akiinua juu. Watu wanajua kwamba nimsikia huyo Sali Barasosi na wengine wakisema akija kututazama tukiwa kwenye riadha akiinua ile fimbo ukiwa karibu kukata utepe pale mwisho lazima ushinde. Ni sharti kama ilikuwa inaongeza nguvu majira fulani hivi. Na naona kile kiti ambacho walikuwa wanakitumia sana pale hakika ni vifaa ambavyo vinahusishwa na uongozi, na hivi ni vifaa ambavyo naamini lazima vitawekwa katika makavazi ya kitaifa kama sehemu ya vifaa ambavyo vinaonyesha historia na vile vile turathi za taifa hili, na mambo ambayo yanafungamanishwa na uongozi na namna ambavyo rais wa pili wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, na hakuwa anapenda kuitwa rais mstaafu, maana yake nimewahi kutangamana naye baada ya kuondoka katika uongozi. Hakupenda kabisa kuitwa rais mstaafu, alitaka tumrejelee kama rais wa pili wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Alitaka sana arejelewe kwa jina hilo, na wengi wangemrejelea kama rais mstaafu angekasirika, na wakati mwingine hata angekosa kukujibu wapo namzungumzia.
This is a beautiful picture, Mule, of that Fimbo ya Nyayo, and many of us actually, a number of people are getting to see it for the first time up close, because a lot of the time it was, you know, he clenched it on his fist and knuckles during his time as president, and now we are actually getting an opportunity to have a closer look of this Fimbo ya Nyayo. Is that gold somewhere? Okay. Does it look like
they say it's ivory, so I don't know
it's made of ivory, yes. And is this perhaps maybe a book or a diary or something of the sort that he used? And then the famous chair there as well. And like you said, Mule, some of these things might actually end up in a museum of sorts, with the Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi corner, just perhaps to have a lot of people now and in the future learn about this great man who had his time as the leader of this country as well. So much to talk about around that as we watch those pictures of the Fimbo ya Nyayo there, the very iconic Fimbo there of the late president. And we'll just wait for communication to see exactly what they do with those things. You know, kwa kimombo tunasema paraphernalia. The things that were around Moi at the time of his leadership in this country. Very orderly in the manner in which the members of the public are being allowed into that building. I think they're allowing just a specific number of people at a time, and the security personnel, of course, they're just present to control the situation and make sure that everything is happening in a very orderly manner. The queue appears to be very long. We did see it stretching all the way to City Hall Way, because of course now Parliament Road closed, and among other roads around the capital, to allow for this exercise to carry on smoothly. And that's why we are seeing quite a number of them, number of Kenyans there having turned out to have a look at the body. So for many actually now it's real, and perhaps those who had not come out of the house or were not even thinking of coming out, perhaps having seen this and seeing how it's going on and how orderly it is, are perhaps now convinced to step out of the house and come and pay their respects to the late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Security personnel there, as Leila and Mel Miendo did mention earlier, including the National Youth Service, the police, and of course the military and the rest of the disciplined forces there. Someone there just struggling to hold back the tears, of course, upon viewing the body there of the late president. Perhaps was touched at a personal level by the head of state. You never know, and that's why they have broken down there in viewing that body. This is a man who lived a full life, so perhaps you don't expect, you know, talk about, oh, he died so early and this and that and stuff like that. And this is a man who lived a full life, and that's why, so for many people, are actually happy about the manner in which he lived his life, and you know, having lived a full life, and the moment of his death, and are now just paying their respects, because if you were Moi, really, what else was there to do? I mean, you had been president for 24 years, lived for another 18 or so years upon leaving office, and so, you know, he lived a full life, and I think people are recognizing that, and of course now paying their respects in whatever capacity they can. And as we have seen, there are some even struggling to hold back the tears and looking at that the body of the late former president. We will see actually a lot in the next 3 days as well, and worth noting the discipline and the order in which this exercise is going on there. You know, one at a time, and then you bow, or you do whatever it is you want to do in terms of prayer and acknowledgement in respect to the former head of state, and then you move on forward and allow space and time for the rest of the members of the public to do so as